And there is a sacred peace that flows, moving in and around us, individually, collectively, moving through the bond of the hearts that have come together. And in this coalescence of this higher heart that is embedded with the God code, embedded with the sense of service to others, embedded with the code of service to consciousness, that most certainly of your divine Mother Gaia. But beyond her too, the great entanglement of the Great Mother, the Hunam Ku, the Galactic Mother. And as each and every one of you have been in the consciousness of awareness of the many suns and the celestial bodies, and the deepest parts and the most ancient parts of yourself, having this understanding and indeed this wisdom. Now beginning to draw in those parts of yourself. In the reality bite, you find a physical, mental, and emotional body in a 3-density world. But the yearning, the striving has been so strong within you that it has superseded and moved beyond constrictive vibratory undulation waveforms to tap into the undulating waveforms frequency bands beyond the gravitational pull. Indeed, beyond the constrictive vibrational web around the earth. So we applaud you, we honor you, we respect you of moving forward in consciousness, and in that consciousness moving forward in the physical, mental, and emotional density you find yourselves in as a part of a mission, a purpose, indeed growth. And it is in this striving, it is in the capacity of the higher heart of love and compassion that strives towards the soul pulse. And indeed, that soul pulse is connected, integrated with the source, which is love. It is the path that you've always known, always sensed, and has come into the greater understanding that that is the path home, the path back. And with this, you realize it is not just your path, but it's the path of so many others. And you realize that this is a path that is multi-layered, multi-dimensional, and is grand. And you realize that indeed there is a divine plan, and you are a part of it in some way, in some capacity. And you just know to be who you are is the key, even without the full understanding, even without the full vision. It is indeed the knowingness in the moment. And so we say to you, beloveds, indeed it is the mindfulness in the moment, and it is moment by moment by moment by moment. And as you are present in the moment, you will begin to see 1, 2, 3 steps ahead, like a great puzzle piece beginning to unfold. And just simply know, being you, the authenticity of who you are, your sense of mission and purpose, that as you do what you can, where you can, in that moment, and each moment follows, begins to unfold the higher, greater path for you. We ask you now, beloveds, with each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath, it is your intention to grow this awareness even as you are embodied in a physical, mental, and emotional three-density envelope, now beginning to expand, to change, to metamorph into something larger, greater, and grander. And with each and every single in-breath and out-breath, there is a growing awareness within the very consciousness of your cells, within the very consciousness of the atomic and subatomic levels that begin to speed up and radiate more brightly. Simply in connecting, simply with the intention, simply with being here in each and every sacred in-breath and out-breath in this moment of the eternal now, activates, integrates, weaves in and out the higher consciousness, the higher fabric of the cosmos, now enveloping into itself, beginning to draw as a great wormhole, pulling, connecting, and integrating the upper, the higher, and the lower. That web, that one area, that one quantum, all that is needed to integrate the higher frequencies into where you stand now as the great holders of the heaven and earth. And so we ask you, beloveds, to see clearly in your spiritual eye that line of demarcation between heaven and earth as you see it. Hold this vision clearly in your spiritual eye. For you are the great transducers, the great catalyst, the great resonators, that we can begin in the highest celestial realms of light, the frequency band of the upper worlds, the frequency band of the crystalline worlds, the frequency band of the paradise world, the Shambhala worlds. And indeed, these worlds and these great suns that you know within your beingness, now ready to merge and to come into the fullness in your consciousness, even as you hold a physical, mental, and emotional experience in a three-density world. The envelope of information and of wisdom has indeed grown and widened, and so no longer constricted in your consciousness, but ever expanding. And you now hold this resonant field of unconditional love through the higher heart of compassion. You hold the infinite field of enlightenment, of light strailings coming in and through as an antenna, being able to hold that light, anchor that light, and receive the light. We ask you to keep again that horizontal line that you see in your spiritual eye between heaven and earth, as a symbol of the two divides that you will create to make as one. And know that each and every single in-breath and out-breath, you breathe the breath of Brahma, you breathe the breath of the divine. And so in this eternal now, in this mindfulness, in this now, your attention and intention is present and powerful, anchored and strong. And you begin to see in your spiritual eye, as you will begin to feel it, a waveform that undulates over that horizontal line. And as you observe the waves that go up and down between the lines of you have seen in various science projects, in various ways of instruments, you now see this clearly in your spiritual eye, where there is the undulating waveforms, and how wide they are or how close they are creates vibration, as you know. And so what you see here in your spiritual eye is a very uniformed, a very consistent and flowing, undulating waveform over this horizontal line, symbolic between heaven and earth. And it is the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten to be the great resonators, the holder of frequencies from the higher celestial realms of light, from the Ami Shaddai, the family of light. They bring in this resonant harmonic so needed at this time upon the sacred earth. With each and every single holy in-breath and out-breath, drawing in and exhaling the higher frequencies of light and unconditional love in a harmonic, balanced, and peaceful way. We view the undulating waveforms as they begin to radiate even brighter, and we see them moving over the horizontal plane between heaven and earth. And as we begin to observe it, we see it begins to move faster, and the waveforms become closer to each other, yet very harmonic, very flowing. And as it flows and intensifies, it radiates even brighter. And as it radiates even brighter, it is as if a supernova has been created. And so it now begins to radiate in this flow, interweaving the energetics between the great Mother Gaia and the heavenly realms. Indeed, it is in the very closeness of this quantum leap between this horizontal plane that the children of light upon the earth is holding this vision, and as such, the energy to weave heaven on earth through the frequency plane as we work together with the Ami Shaddai, holding that vision, holding that platform, holding that frequency, as in meshing or stitching the lower and the higher through this plane, stitching, integrating, and weaving heaven and earth together. And as the great weavers, we hold clearly in our spiritual eye, along with the most radiant ones, that has come here in this moment for this great interweaving to bring in a higher influence, a higher light, a higher guidance to the children of light upon the earth who have not forgotten, who remember that their visions and their thoughts are powerful. And when they come together with the intention of the highest service, to bring balance, to bring peace, to bring the purification once again, to bring heaven onto earth, to bring the holy alignment, to bring the higher vibration, to bring the higher vision, the higher platform, holding that resonant field, being indeed the great containers for the Amishadai, the family of light, to anchor the vision, the love, the healing, the purification, and the balance. Readjusting, realigning, reconnecting, weaving in and through this connection point of heaven and earth. With each and every single in-breath and out-breath, the anchoring of this connection becomes more concretized as the children of light upon the earth hold the frequency of the sacred earth in the three-dimensional world as the Amishadai, the family of light, work in the various dimensions and realms and expressions of the divine, all in a holistic singularity, mission, and purpose, holding the undulating waveforms of unconditional love and a limitless light, the great weavers of the cosmos, weaving in the higher dimensions through the children of light, weaving into the great Gaia. Hold your positions. Hold your positions. We see clearly the family of light, now moving and integrating within this new creation of heaven on earth timeline, drawing closer, bringing in the higher energetic fields into the very atmosphere of the sacred earth, drawing, integrating, moving up as well as down, creating a bandwidth of integration, connection, piercing through the illusions, the delusions, the parameters, and the limitations, holding this frequency band, interweaving heaven and earth. As stitching two different pieces of cloth and bringing in a new creation of them both. Hold your positions. Hold your position. We acknowledge the myriad, myriad, myriad of the most radiant ones who have come, and to lend their energetic field, working together in this singularity of purpose. Hold your positions. And in your spiritual eye, you look and you can see that that line of demarcation between heaven and earth is now gone, as there is a blending, integration, interweaving of both planes. We now hold this image in our spiritual eye as we continue to hold the frequency, ever increasing, ever integrating. And as you hold this sacred frequency, know that this frequency moves within your own physical, mental, and emotional body, moves indeed within the very resonant field of your atomic and subatomic levels, ever increasing the light body, ever expanding the radiance, ever unfolding the way. And now the thought of the return does come. And as such, we prepare ourselves, looking again through intention that the line of demarcation no longer exists, as the great weavers have weaved the integration of heaven and earth. We put forth the intention to continue to hold this frequency and this vision in our sleep state, in this continued sacred and holy work. We sense and feel the Ami Shaddai, the family of light, begin to tone down their electromagnetic field as we know to tone down others, drawing in and intending to be back physically, mentally, spiritually in our physical, mental, and emotional bodies upon the sacred earth and grounded to her. On the count of 3, we will prepare ourselves to be back awake, alert, and very grounded. 1, 2, take a deep breath in, and 3, we are back, awake, alert, and we are very, very, very grounded.